welcome back in one of the Bears Rob Plays YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday. It is April 15th, and I'm back. Actually, no. Yeah, it's April 15th. I'm back breaking down some few plays in the NBA. I have the play-in start on Tuesday. I think we have the 7-8 seeds. Yes. 7-8 seeds for the East and the West going head-to-head, or both of them going against each other, I should say, on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night, we have the 9-10 seeds, and then the winners and losers will play each other for that last 8 spot in the playoffs. But we have the good games tonight on Tuesday night. The games we had for Friday night, because there was no NBA on Saturday, or no NBA on, Saturday. Memphis minus 6.5. Got a really bad line. Memphis sat out all their starters, and they still won the game by 25 points. A lot of role players and bench players came up. 20-plus points from like 3 or 4 guys, so great game for them. Warriors went to overtime against the Clippers, did everything they could to avoid the play-in game, but they could not get it done. They're going to be playing the Memphis Grizzlies for a play-in spot. That is absolutely wild for them. Steph did have 30-plus points, and then Ja Morant, like I said, did not play. So a 2-in-1 day on our last plays for the NBA. But let's go take a look at the plays for tomorrow. Memphis going up against the Warriors. These are the 7 and 8 seeds in the Western Conference. Do I think that it doesn't matter? Yeah, I don't think it matters in this spot because Warriors probably going to win this spot, and then whoever Memphis has to play, they probably beat them, and they get the 8 seed, which, I mean, even if they do get the 8 seed, it doesn't matter because they're playing the Thunder. The winner of this game plays the Rockets, much better situation. Loser of this game plays the Thunder. That's a 4-0 sweep probably for both these teams, maybe a 4-1 with the Warriors. But I don't see either of these teams being the Thunder or the Rockets, so it really doesn't matter who wins this game. The Western Conference has been good all season long. I'm not saying we're not going to get a series out of one of these teams against the Thunder, but the Thunder have been so good all season long, I don't think it matters. I'm going to take Memphis here, +7. I got hooked up on the Thunder a little bit too long there. I'm going to take Memphis +7. I think it's going to be a close game. Both these teams understand that if they play the Rockets, they have a shot. If they play the Thunder, they probably have no shot whatsoever. I think Memphis can keep up with Golden State Warriors. The defense will be the problem for Memphis once again in this game. Golden State, fourth quarter, whenever they need to score in a tight game, they're going to be able to because Memphis can't lock down defense. The Warriors can. That's going to be the difference in this game. We've already seen this from Memphis a couple times this season. Late in the fourth quarter, we saw that game against Denver. What was it, Thursday night, I think? They were up by 2 points, and then they went on a 10-0 run the Nuggets did in the final 2 minutes for Memphis to lose that game by 8. So we're taking Memphis here +7. I think the Warriors will win this one outright, though. For the game in the Eastern Conference, the Hawks going up against the Magic. This one, it's also lose-lose. The loser of this game, maybe they lose to the Bulls of the Heat, but it doesn't matter because you're playing the Cavaliers. That's going to really suck. And then if the Magic win this game, they play the Celtics, which that is a horrible, horrible matchup for them. Just brutally bad for either of these teams if they play the 1 seed or the 2 seed. There is room to grow in the 3 and the 6 seed. Like that, though, that branch of games, the 4-5, and like the Knicks going up against the Pistons, Pacers going up against the Bucks, those games are wide open because all 4 of those teams, there's not a huge separation. Cavs and the Celtics at the top, massive separation. This game, I think the Magic win with defense. We've already seen this game not that long ago. I do think they played at the very end of the season, but a lot of the stars were out for the Magic, including Paulo and Franz Wagner. So it's going to be a little bit different in this one. Magic, whenever they had all their players healthy, we saw, I think the Hawks put up 50-something points, 58 points, I want to say, in the first half, and then the Magic held them to under 100. So I'm going to go with the defense once again in this game. Magic at home. I like the spot here. Give me the Magic -5. I think the Hawks do probably win the battle going up against the Bulls, who I think will beat the Heat in that other play-in game. But I like the Magic in this spot against the Hawks. There's just no defense whatsoever for Atlanta to talk about. For the player props tomorrow, we are going to go with Franz Wagner over his total points. Got basically a full week off. Him and Paulo are still day-to-day. I'm almost positive, not 100% certain, but I'm almost positive that the Magic just let them rest for a full week to get them extra healthy. They really couldn't move anywhere, so they were just sitting at that 7 spot waiting for the play-in game. So there's no reason to make your guys play. Maybe a little bit of rust. Could have been knocked off in that last game of the season, but they're practicing. It's not like they're not practicing. Should be no rust here for Franz or Paulo. They're going to come back in this game. They're going to be healthy. They're going to be energized. They're going to play 38 to 40 minutes, and I do think Franz and Paulo both put up 25-plus points as the Magic win this game. Pretty close down the stretch, but they probably win this one by close to 10 points with that defense at the end. Franz Wagner, He's been a 20-plus point machine for the Magic all season long. I think once again we're going to see him put up 25-plus points. You need your best players to play well in the playoffs. I know this technically isn't the playoffs, but it's a play-in game to get in the playoffs. He's got to have a good game here against one of the worst defenses in the NBA. Give me his over 25.5 points as the first player for the final play of the day. That man, Jimmy Butler, over his total assists. I went back and forth on this a couple times. I was going to take Steph points. I was going to take Draymond Green over his assists, but my thought process on that is they're most likely not going to guard Draymond Green. If I'm guessing, the Memphis Grizzlies are more concerned about Steph Curry scoring and Jimmy Butler scoring more than they are Draymond Green. So if Draymond Green's not being guarded, Draymond Green's probably the guy who's going to get more points instead of the assists. So I think Jimmy Butler will probably be the setup man here. They love to roll that screen with Steph Curry at the top. Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green both come set a screen. Let Steph Curry do what he wants. And usually he kicks it to Jimmy Butler or Draymond Green, and those guys set up for the extra pass for the assist. Jimmy Butler over the last 3 games, 7 assists, 9 assists. I mean, this kid's been doing it all. So I'm going to take Jimmy Butler over his total assists coming off a 30-point game against the Clippers. They really tried to avoid. I don't know how the Clippers won that game. I mean, Jimmy had 30, Steph had 30 plus. Jimmy had almost 10 assists. Steph had a really good game from the outside. That's a weird game there on the stat sheet. But yeah, I like Jimmy Butler here over the total assists. Again, Memphis, not a good defensive team whatsoever. I like Jimmy over his total assists as the final play of the day. NBA recap graphic. We are going to go with the Magic -5 going up against the Hawks. We got the Memphis Grizzlies +7 going up against the Warriors. Close game, but +7 is a little bit too much, in my opinion, for a playing spot. Franz Wagner over his total points of 25.5. That number is out, so it's going to be 25.5. This number also out for Jimmy Butler over his 6.5 assists as the final play of the day. Guys, it's going to do it for the NBA picks and props for Tuesday, April 15th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please use PrizePicks video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.